your girl treated you right? Never, bro. I never had I never experienced love before. I never experienced it. I never experienced it, bro. I never experienced it, bro. I never did, bro. I never did, bro. I never experienced love, bro. I never did, bro. I never had it, bro. I never had it, bro. I never had it, bro. I never had it.
As that was only one day before the mixtape's release. However, the bad quality of the mix.
In case you haven't caught the latest, Kodak Black recently dropped a new mixtape called Zap Stars. However, it's currently being overshadowed by DDG's fresh release, which is quickly gaining more traction. One fan summed up the general reaction with, "I can't even describe what I'm hearing right now. What happened to this guy?" It's a question many are asking, especially considering Kodak's own recent confession, just a day before the mixtape dropped, that he's never truly experienced real love. The rushed and rough nature of Zap Stars likely stems from Kodak's hectic situation off the music scene. According to reports from the Broward County Clerk's Office, a crucial court date is looming. On April 28th, a status hearing for Kodak's ongoing felony trafficking and possession case was scheduled. During this hearing, the trial date was officially set, signaling that the legal pressure is closing in fast. A lawyer familiar with the case shared some inside courtroom chatter, revealing a bleak outlook. From what I'm hearing between the prosecutors and law enforcement, it seems Kodak won't be getting another break. The time to face a sentence is now, but how long that will be remains to be seen. It's clear the legal system is ready to hold him accountable. Kodak's troubles with the law stretch back several months, though he's been out on bail during. This time, the upcoming trial could drastically change his situation. What complicates things even further is that this isn't Kodak's first run-in with this specific charge. In fact, he was arrested for the same felony 2 years ago, a factor that judges tend to view very harshly, as repeat offenses often lead to stiffer penalties. Adding to the complexity, on February 28, 2023, Kodak Black publicly admitted to drinking but denied using any other substances when pleading not guilty to possession and firearm charges. This admission highlights the ongoing struggle he faces, both personally and legally, as the court prepares to make a final decision. All in all, while fans are processing the music itself, the shadow of Kodak's legal battles looms large, raising questions about his future in the industry and the road ahead.
I was on the and I was asleep in front of my family house, bro. That's it. I was on that drink, sleep in front of my people's house. But that ain't illegal. And that ain't illegal. So all that is just the process that it had to be in other mud shot. The process that even though like bogus is plastered all over the internet. Then on top of that, it's like, bro, like, I'm Haitian. And then it's just like my era, bro, like, nah, like, man, you got.
Shortly after an Instagram live broadcast, federal agents swooped in on Kodak Black's Florida residence, arresting the rapper on charges tied to a violation of his pre-trial release. Following the arrest, Kodak, whose birth name is Bill K. Capri, secured legal representation through Brian Cohen. Cohen managed to negotiate a deal that allowed Kodak to enter a rehabilitation facility instead of facing immediate jail time. During a court appearance on Tuesday, Kodak faced a judge after turning himself in on an arrest warrant. The warrant stemmed from a positive drug test during a random screening earlier in the month. However, Kodak maintained his innocence, addressing the judge with frustration and suggesting the test results were mixed up with another individual's samples. He insisted, "There's no way I tested positive," highlighting the injustice of the situation. Judge Barbara Duffy responded by ordering a hair follicle test to resolve the discrepancy. Interestingly, Kodak declined the hair test and instead opted to check into Legacy Rehabilitation Facility for a 30-day program as a condition of his pre-trial release. Yet, this recent incident isn't Kodak's first brush with the law over similar charges. Since he repeated the exact offense he was charged with in 2023, prosecutors are expected to use this pattern against him, painting a picture of continued defiance in court. They will likely push for the harshest sentence possible, drawing attention to Kodak's recent behavior, starting with his emotionally charged Instagram Live where he cryptically stated he's waiting to die. That statement echoes a viral tweet lamenting Kodak's struggles. "Every time I see Kodak, I get so sad. That man has like 4 baby moms, and none of them seem to care for him genuinely. Why are y'all not helping him? Are you just waiting for him to pass away?" The tweet underscores the deep concern and sadness surrounding Kodak's current state of mind, highlighting a cycle of public vulnerability, legal troubles, and personal hardship that seems to be spiraling. All of this paints a complex picture of a talented artist caught in a whirlwind of personal and legal challenges, facing mounting pressure both from the justice system and those closest to him. The upcoming trial will be critical, determining whether Kodak can break free from this cycle or if the courts will impose a stiff penalty given his repeat offenses.
Again, while we waiting on other people too, right? Other people, they don't know how to let time do its thing. Hey, bro, let time do it, bro. Time is the best, what you call it, whether it's gonna heal or whatever, it's gonna let time do it. You gotta be patient. Love is patient. Love is kind. Like I'm saying, it makes absolutely zero sense. No sense at all to try to approach the situation with any type of aggression. The whole world on, everybody on, the amendment on, you tune, everybody again, while we just down here waiting on when.
But this was just the beginning of a troubling cascade. Day after day, social media buzzed with tweets lamenting Kodak's state. "Every time I see a new clip of Kodak, he looks more lost, less like himself. Is anyone stepping up to help him? Or is everyone just scared that if he doesn't get help soon, we might lose him?" These concerns only intensified after a viral video emerged showing Kodak sitting in the middle of the road, eating chicken, appearing completely disoriented, and far from the vibrant artist fans once knew. The footage was haunting. Kodak seemed disconnected, as if he'd drifted into another world. Voices off camera urged, "Sit down next to him. Sit down, enjoy that meal with him." The scene was almost surreal, capturing a moment where support felt desperately needed, yet painfully absent. The crowd's applause and calls for solidarity underscored a collective hope to reach out, to be present for him. Even Kanye West, no stranger to his own public battles, stepped into the conversation. Known for speaking candidly on mental health and personal struggles, Kanye used his platform to call for help for Kodak, emphasizing that the young rapper's current path was alarming and needed intervention. This rare public show of concern from someone like Kanye amplified the urgency of the situation and highlighted just how deep Kodak's struggles had become.
Hey, so I thought Kodak was in Miami. I see he's in Atlanta. So I'm getting a flight down to Atlanta right now and do something. So anybody that's already down in Atlanta that knows him and knows anything about, I know I said rappers and all that, but right now I need y'all, man, to really go and do something. We can't, I know y'all think I'm crashing out. But y'all, you see me talking, I'm expressing myself. And look, man, please don't, I know I said a lot, and just let me go down there and go help.
Later that night, things took a troubling turn, confirming that Kodak truly needs help. He was seen pacing around his room, repeatedly claiming he was Drake's favorite rapper. While that might be true, the troubling part was that a friend was filming him completely strung out instead of offering support. This showed Kodak was hanging with the wrong crowd, his own friends recording him rather than helping. So how did it come to this? When Kodak went to rehab in 2023, his music career paused, no new songs or live streams, which caused many fans to forget about him. But during rehab, he turned his life around, writing new music, working out, and improving himself. Just a week after release, he dropped his hit Walk, which racked up 33 million views and pushed him back on the charts. However, success seemed to get to his head. On a Kaizen live stream, he appeared sweaty, swatting at invisible things, and shouting random words, alarming fans. The next morning, Kodak tried to explain on Instagram Live, saying people were judging him unfairly and that he'd only taken one thing. His defense didn't convince many, especially as it was clear he had relapsed. The backlash was strong, with fans expressing disappointment that he broke sobriety. The negative reaction stuck around for months, catching the attention of rapper Bunk, who reached out to offer help. This episode highlights the tough road Kodak is on, struggling with addiction and public pressure while trying to rebuild his career.
Man, we worried about you. You don't look too healthy. And from the outside looking in, it's obvious that you're and I don't believe for 1 second you just doing for your own enjoyment. Nah, you trying to find something to fill up that void that's within your chest. See, I've been where you at right now. But by the grace of God, I'm clean. Them strongholds have been pulled down. Them chains are broken. So I'm qualified to talk about this. You got to make a decision, bro. You got too many people looking up to you. And from one father to another, got to set the right example for your son. This coming from somebody who genuinely cares. So if you come across this video, you want to sit at the table, break bread.
Kodak Black's struggles go far beyond himself. He's carrying the weight of many lives. According to public records, Kodak is a father to 5 children and the primary provider for his entire family, including relatives like his mother, who reportedly don't hold regular jobs. This means that whatever happens to Kodak has a ripple effect, impacting the well-being of those who depend on him. That reality hit fans hard during a particularly unsettling day-in-the-life livestream. In it, Kodak was seen jumping on counters while preparing breakfast, mumbling incoherently in the early morning hours, clearly out of sorts. "Got some scissors on radio on your back. Up on Mook," he muttered, confusing viewers. What made that day even more significant is that Kodak was actually invited to the White House, becoming the first rapper ever caught tweaking during such a visit. During the live stream, he mused aloud, "Imagine a world if all of us was just one color. If all of us was blue or green, or if everybody was smart, you gotta have some dope people. What if everybody were rich? We gonna take the trash out." The disjointed thoughts seemed to signal a growing awareness of how far off track his life had become. Shortly after, Kodak took a more reflective turn on a podcast with DJ Academics. He expressed sincere remorse and a desire to use his platform for good. "I'm honestly sorry to everybody. Sorry if you don't understand me. Sorry if you just don't like me. I'm sorry to all the times I made my mom cry. I'm sorry to all the girls I hurt," he confessed. His apology extended to those close to him, including family and friends who had felt the impact of his actions. That same evening, Kodak also responded to Kanye West, calling him a real one for standing by people others wouldn't. Kodak even hinted at collaborating with Kanye, joking, "I'm pretty sure the feds are going to seize all that boy's accounts. Kanye just did some real stuff. I'm gonna do a collab with you so we can get some money." But beneath these moments of vulnerability lies a harsh reality. All this will almost certainly be presented to the judge in Kodak's upcoming trial. The prosecution is poised to argue that Kodak is too unstable and unreliable to remain free, painting a picture of a man in desperate need of intervention. The judge's decision will likely come down to whether Kodak should be locked behind bars to serve time or placed in a long-term rehabilitation program to address his deeper issues. Which path do you think would help him more, prison or rehab? Drop your thoughts below.